I do want to, for a second, talk to you about Shane Waldron. Shane Waldron, coming in from Seattle, the offensive coordinator, and I have been on record saying that I'm not Shane Waldron's biggest fan. And, I understand that he is an upgrade over Luke Getsy. I understand that, right? But at the same time, is it a significant enough upgrade to get excited about? You know what I mean? Because, listen here, guys. Attack of the Clones is better than the Phantom Menace. But are we really calling that an upgrade? Are we really sitting here like getting excited about Attack of the Clones because it's better than the Phantom Menace? No, right? They're both trash, right? Respectfully. But here's the thing, like, is Shane Waldron Attack of the Clones or is he Revenge of the Sith? You know?
Yeah.
I have my doubts. And he did not show me a whole lot yesterday to prove to me that he is closer to the latter. What say you, Justin?
I mean, I agree with you. Our third and fourth down efficiency were terrible. And I mean terrible. And while I do put, most of the fault on Shane Waldron, I also think it's hard for him because this isn't a Will Levis, a veteran. This isn't somebody who's played a single snap, right? Mm-hmm. So I think there was one play maybe in the first or second quarter where, like, Williams had a loss of like 10 or 15 yards, and the announcer said, like, this isn't USC football. Or it was something like that in those words. And I'm like, yeah, because that's what he's done at USC. He goes in the backfield, he Patrick Mahomes it, and then somebody just magically catches it. And I think over time he'll be able to kind of get himself out of that system. But, give Shane Waldron a little bit of credit because, coaching a rookie quarterback is like having a puppy. You're pretty much starting from zero.
Yeah.
You're having to figure out, okay, what does this kid don't know and already know?
Yeah.
And then figuring out, okay, how can I train him to not have that like baby or puppy mindset?
Yeah. Exactly.
So I mean, like I said, we will see what he does in week 2 because week 2 is against a monster in the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
But
I do want to say, though, like, and I get your point about rookie quarterback, you kind of have the training wheels on him a little bit. I understand. And throughout the season, they'll get a better grasp of what he runs well, what he's comfortable with, what concepts he doesn't like. I will say, though, it is discouraging because the key kryptonite that he had in Seattle was third down and in the red zone.
Yeah.
And the Bears were bad on third down and they were bad in the red zone. And so I'm kind of thinking like, oh, here we go again, right?
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. Again, you can't just expect the world from him in week 1 with the rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
I thought some of his play calls, the ones I did like a lot of the plays where he had Caleb rolling out on those naked bootlegs, trying to get him in space, be
those
creative.
Those were real good.
Those were good. I think those worked. I would have liked maybe a little bit more of those, especially like we said, if they would have ran the ball more, that would have opened up the bootlegs a little bit more. But cut it with the tight end screens, man. What are we doing? Why are we throwing tight end screens on third down to our backup tight end? I don't get it. He ran that in Seattle too, and he ran it to Gerald Everett also in Seattle. So there must be something with Gerald Everett that he just thinks is tight end screen.
Yeah.
He must think he's Bill Walsh or something. I don't know. I don't really know what he's thinking, but cut it with the tight end screens. I would have liked to see a little bit more quick game to get Caleb, some quick completions.
Yeah.
I thought maybe the RPO game could have been incorporated a little bit more. So overall, I was not very impressed at all with him. I had, again, some preconceived notions. He didn't make me feel any different. So we'll have to see as the season goes on. Maybe he'll get more comfortable as the Bears offensive coordinator, as the play caller. But he's been calling plays for years now, and his play calling
is questionable.
It's questionable.
It's very questionable.
Yeah, it's to be seen, I guess, how he does the rest of the year.
No, definitely. And let's stay on the terms of offensive here. Obviously, Caleb did not have the greatest game ever. First game, like I said before, but I want to ask you, Mike, Caleb Williams' performance was blank. If you can give a word or a few words.
Here's a vocab word for you. Underwhelming.
Oof.
Beat that amount of syllables, Justin. Anyways, listen, he completed sub 50% of his passes. He didn't throw for 100 yards, and he didn't throw a touchdown. On paper, it's pretty bad, right? You can't really slice it a whole lot of ways. And I've tried, trust me. I've tried to slice it in every way possible. in the NFL, that stat line's not going to get it done, right? He's not playing at Alabama. He's not playing with a 50-point lead that he can just, mess around with every week.
Yeah.
He's got to play better. Mm-hmm. But what he did wrong, in my opinion, is totally fixable. Mm-hmm. Because, in my opinion, the issues with him yesterday were, I think he was a little jittery. I think he got a little too antsy. I think that he, was he's a little inaccurate. His mechanics slipped. To me, that's not a concern for the rest of the season, right? Mm-hmm. If Caleb Williams went out and was peeing down the side of his leg and he didn't know and he didn't know the plays, or he was scared and he got hit and everything like that, then I'd be a little concerned, because I'm like, all right, this guy's not ready for the National Football League.
Right, yeah.
Him being a little inaccurate in week 1, to me, is not the end of the world, okay? Mm-hmm. Because he had a couple plays. Mind you, Keenan Allen also dropped a touchdown. So we could be here sitting talking about, a 50% completion with 100 and something yards and a touchdown and no picks. That looks a lot better if Keenan Allen squeezes that ball by the pylon, right? Yeah. So I'm not too concerned. Again, first game, he's going to be nervous. He said, I don't get nervous before games. Caleb, you lied. I'm sorry, buddy. We saw it. We watched the game yesterday, buddy. You're a little nervy. And listen, it's okay. It's all right. You're allowed to be nervous. I think maybe he felt the pressure of being the chosen one. Yeah. The one that I actually am quoted as saying that he is the guy that we have been waiting 100 years for. So, obviously there's a little pressure that comes with that. But yeah, I'm not concerned. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not concerned either. And honestly, I was watching the Pat McAfee show a couple of days ago, and they had Nick Saban on. And they had a very good point where they were talking about it's more about letting the quarterback progress, right? A lot of times you see these highly drafted quarterbacks, they come out the league and they have to sit behind the veteran, right? Well, I think this time, by being able to have adversity, he's going to be able to know, okay, in these moments when I'm not throwing the ball as well, let me try a different play, or let me do some
use my legs a little bit more.
Yeah, use your legs. Yeah. Try the run game. This is all experience for him to not only know what to do when he's not performing well. I mean, think about every championship team that has, went to the Super Bowl and won it, right? All of their quarterbacks have not been 100% completion rate for every single game. There will be games where there will be games this season where your team will bail you out. But it's not even a bad bailout. It's a good bailout, right? It shows how good this team is and what our potential can really be. Yeah. But going back to Caleb, I mean, I think if that is like everyone wants to say that Peyton Manning, that interceptions record he has, right? But nobody really talks about it. Everyone talks about how great he is, how he's in the Hall of Fame. I mean, so I don't want him to get, knock on wood, I don't want him to get 16 interceptions, but I do think that struggles will come and struggles will go. Yeah. And you know what? I'm still very excited. And here's my secret. I think he's already better than Fields. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just got canceled. All right.
No.
Good seeing you.
No.
Last year, Justin.
Right. Show is canceled. Yeah. No, I mean, overall, because I feel like he's more confident in the pocket, right? I mean, did he have a couple of wheel-out plays where he was trying to be Mahomes and he missed? Yeah. But I also think as well, he believes that he's talented. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, Fields, for me, he was an okay quarterback, but I just felt like he wasn't confident of being able to stay in the pocket. I'm not against mobile quarterbacks. I love quarterbacks who can do both. But we both know that Caleb Williams has a strong arm. And once he is able to kind of throw those passes in,
throw conviction.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And has that confidence, is able to craft up his skill on, creating those accurate passes. I think he's going to be a beast, and I already think he's going to be way better than Fields. So, Bears haters, fans, Twitter X-fans, come at me, and I will not reply. But, we're blocking you.
I'll say this, too. Like, you mentioned it. You're not going to have a great game this is National Football League. You're not going to have a great game every day, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
George Clooney made Batman and Robin. That's all I got to say, right? One of the greatest actors of all time made Batman and Robin. So, maybe this is just his Batman and Robin, and next we're gonna get something amazing. But